Welcome to We Are Live. It's Chris Denman in St. Louis at Midcoast Studio. Check out midcoast.media for more information. Hello, everybody. It's We Are Live. We're excited to be here. Lots to get to today. We got a Trav U, do some dogs on film. Our friend Shane Presley from Rock Paper Podcast is going to stop by. We'll have some fun with him at 8:45. Tommy, the intern, is falling ill, and he sits just a foot from me. Good morning, Tommy.
How's it going?
Oh, he's not feeling the sword play today.
What's going on? Why are you people freaking out? What's wrong with Tommy? Tommy, what happened?
Travis Terrell live from Brooklyn.
I wasn't feeling good yesterday. You didn't know this because you were arguing with me. But I wasn't feeling good yesterday, and it got a little worse today. Kind of got a sore throat.
We're gonna have to put him down.
I think it was because I slept with the fan on, and it got too cold in my room. That's why it's not funny.
You didn't have your teddy that night? Like what?
No, I had it.
Couldn't you stay warm?
I had it.
Okay.
It was.
Okay.
I think it was too cold. I don't know what I did.
And why did you come to work today?
Because I have to. Like.
No, I don't.
No, but I do. Like
You think it behooves you to be here.
Yes, it behooves
Right.
me to be here.
Okay.
It behooves you for me to be here too.
Oh boy, the show is so much better with you two screaming at each other the whole
Yes,
time.
it is.
Chris Gardner, you're the producer, and you're happy to be here. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen in St. Louis. Good morning, gentleman in Brooklyn. And good morning,
Namaste.
Walnuts.
Good morning, everybody. Fair or foul today, Gardner. I feel like,
Yep.
well, you guys are going to keep
Hold
doing
on one
that.
second here.
Mhm.
Make it swim.
Yeah, guys.
Make
get
it swim.
Get it.
Make it swim
Get it.
and drown.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
That's like my dog.
Your dog drowned?
No.
Oh,
Oh.
wait, this is a rough start to the morning.
God, telling us you're sick and then you're intimating your dog drowns?
Yeah, that'd be a tough
Calm
break.
down.
Fair or foul today, it's a little segment we do at the end of the show. We have people email in, and then we give you prizes, like $10 to Southtown Pub, like we'll do today.
Okay.
What's the topic? Why is this happening? And are you organizing this topic?
I am not organizing this topic. It became a trend yesterday on the socials because apparently there's a group looking to organize a little get-together in Boston.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Out in Boston, in Beantown.
We got them banners that fell down from Fenway.
Yeah, those folks. So it is Pride Month. So there's a group that wants to take part in Pride Month, but in their own certain way.
Oh,
There's a group out there that wants to, let's see here. They want to have a straight
come on.
Pride parade.
Why are those
Oh,
the colors
come
you pick?
on.
Actually,
Are those the actual colors?
this is in just looking for an image. I came across this, and apparently they have a straight Pride flag
Nice.
That's
that
Nice.
I was not aware
Nice,
of
strong colors.
until.
not
So they want to have a straight Pride parade in Boston. So fair or foul, a straight Pride parade. Actually, that is. I'm writing that down, Travis, just so you know,
Yeah,
because I'm
add it
having
to
trouble
his
saying
sentence
it.
of the week. A straight pride parade is your topic. You can email us wall@weareliveradio.com. What you do is you write a funny sentence or paragraph, and then we reward the best one with a gift certificate that Thomas will send out.
Yeah.
And Travis, I was thinking of putting out a melee. Tell me if I should go with it or not, though.
Okay.
Simply just put, in 2019, is the city of Boston more likely to host a Stanley Cup or straight Pride parade? So which of those two parades?
Oh, parades. Okay, gotcha.
Well, I like that one. Let's put that one out.
Okay. Well,
Do you know our Twitter handle, Travis?
Our Twitter handle is We Are Live Radio
Nope.
at Twitter.
Yep.
Here, do you want?
No.
Pete Denman / Go STL.
.org.
Yeah, Gmail.
.org.
It's at We Are Live Radio.
/ Angelfire.
Tommy.
/ midcoastmedia.mcm.
Yep.
There he is. Travis Terrell,
You
everybody. You
nailed it,
try and
man.
slip one by him. Even though it's 9:09 a.m. Eastern, he's on top of his game. Tom in the comments, I thought the straight pride flag was the Enterprise car rental flag. Is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
could
get
be.
it.
I don't either. But I thought maybe it would be tapped in and everybody would go,
That
no, that's
flag
smart.
was,
And I would just nod along.
I saw the
Flags aren't easy to get made. How did they get that flag made so quickly?
I think Gardner had that because he's concepted it
He's-
before.
It is not mine.
Gardner's an ally. That's
I don't have pride in a lot of things. So I mean, I don't take part in pride because I don't have pride in anything about myself normally.
I'm really happy about that because if you had an ounce of pride, like we'd be in a lot of trouble. Like if
yeah.
you were cocky about your cockamamie ideas,
Oh, you'd hear it.
it'd be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd know. Yeah, I'm not though.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah,
That's been established. So we'll get the melee going. You got your fair foul. You can win $10 to Southtown Pub. No
We should have a
Thursday.
We Are Live Pride party. We
How
should
would that go?
invite some of our finest walnuts to the office,
Ooh.
and we should just have a We Are Live Pride event to show people who have pride. Like maybe JPD can make snacks.
it'd be crazy.
My
'cause he
mother will
wouldn't
not be
here.
making snacks. Yeah, well, he's going to schedule it for like June 10th. He's like, well, so it's in the month. And then he's like, he knows he's not going to be there. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, we can do.
He
it.
wouldn't
We
have
can do it
come
like in
anyway,
A couple
though.
weeks.
Couple
Yeah,
weeks?
we
Will you
can
be
do it
back in a couple weeks?
I'll try to make it. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
you'll try to
definitely
make it. What is
Mm-hmm.
what is the plan? Do you plan on returning to St. Louis ever?
Hmm?
There he is. There he is.
We will serve only prophecy wine at this get together.
Yep, in your honor.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
Chris, you asked the question whether or not I'm coming back. When did I ever leave? That's the question I will ask. Have I left Midcoast Media or Way Alive? Why does it matter whether I'm in New York or St. Louis or LA or London, Miami? I'm always a part of the
Because you
We
get
Are
more
Live family.
pretentious when you're not in St. Louis.
I kind of like this though. That you mentioned all those cities. I think your personality, you try to become kind of a chameleon in a way. You adapt
Mhm.
to your surroundings.
He's a poser.
It's a chameleon.
And so we got Brooklyn bias going on right now. But you mentioned all these other cities. I wonder what Travis in like London, like what that personality is, or Travis in Miami, what that personality
He'd have real
is.
strong opinions on tea and Brexit, and he would jump right the hell in.
I would enjoy the social experiment if
Wherever we
just,
send him?
If we could just send you to different places and see you adapt to the culture and see how you just try to infuse yourself into it as well.
Infuse is correct, but you call this a Trev simulation.
Trev simulation. Ooh.
Yeah.
Can you give us a British accent?
Don't.
Oh, Tommy.
Look at Beckham. He bends it.
Uh-huh.
That was your
How's
voice
that?
saying just words.
The Queen. Oh, the Queen likes to drink her tea in the Earl Grey.
The Queen likes to drink her tea in the Earl Grey.
All right,
That's
I'm
like
shutting this down.
That's like boot heel.
Yeah, that's Brad Pitt and
That's Cockney.
Glorious Bastard.
That's not Cockney. That is not Cockney at all.
Tom clarifying, and he said we didn't see that the Enterprise car rental flag was
Yeah.
included in the honor guard at the start of Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final, and it's a thing. That's hilarious. That's so
Wait,
amazing.
what?
I
There you
don't
go.
get
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
Just in
That
case
really
it
is
came
there.
up today.
Oh, wow.
it.
That's amazing.
Some people were upset.
Oh, who? Like every veteran ever? Oh.
I mean,
Okay, Enterprise. Yeah, that is.
I mean, you could even make an
That's it.
argument. Why is the Blues flag even in there?
Yeah, I mean, that's something.
so-
At
Well,
least they're in the final.
maybe you
Yeah.
go, maybe on the right side is sponsored, the left it's real honor. I don't know.
I mean, but it says a lot about how we look at the anthem and other things associated with it at sporting events.
Bring it back.
Thank you.
We all know
I'm gonna go take a walk for the next 10 minutes. Travis is gonna want
Thank
to
you.
say.
we're paying for
Thank you, guys.
patriotism. We're
Get that ass, get that ass
I mean,
button.
it's so encapsulating
Absolutely.
that I'm kind of glad it happened because we can all say, yeah, here's what it is. There's no arguments anymore. Let's not deal with this.
Thank
We
you.
know what it is. Here's visual evidence. Or you could say it's Photoshop to come up with some conspiracy theory
Sure,
and go
sure.
find InfoWars somewhere. That's fine. But here it is.
Lizard people
let's
be
not argue.
photoshopping.
Let's not argue about this anymore. You're paying for patriotism, and that's what it is. It's faux patriotism at times.
It is. It's always been that. And there's no need to go on a 10-minute rant.
Ooh.
Screenshot. Screenshot.
Nice. Infowars has hacked the stream
Damn
and
it.
froze Travis.
This was a good one. Right when he said 10-minute rant.
Yeah.
Okay,
there it is.
Travis, it froze right when you said 10-minute rant. It was perfect.
Yeah, I think Chris hit a button. That ass had.
I did that. Yeah. I was like, well
done, Dave.
even though I agree,
Damn
I
it.
don't need 47 minutes of screaming where we all agree on the same thing.
No, I think that was beautiful in the sense that it was done inadvertently, but it, to Gardner's point, explained people who have, sided with Kaepernick, or people who just sided with the idea that, this was about America, this was about the troops. This is, again, sorry, Chris, your people telling on themselves by having the Enterprise flag part of the honor guard. You told on yourself. You just showed everyone that you were full of shit the entire time.
For every crime that a black person commits in St. Louis, I'll be associating that directly with Travis Terrell from here on out. Just to play by the same rules. Just to play by the same
That's
rules.
fair.
I think that'll go over really well.
Was that at the Enterprise Center?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was a World War II memorial.
No, I didn't know if it was. God damn it!
You know what?
Would that be?
Damn, I didn't know if it was at Boston. All right.
No, but how horrible would that be?
Yeah,
They're at a military cemetery, and
Yeah,
they're like,
you're-
before we mourn the lost, we need to tell you about a compact deal that we have for the weekend.
So-
You can
Welcome
drive
to the World
Kansas
War
City.
II Museum,
So-
sponsored by the Enterprise.
Oh,
So Enterprise has a sponsorship naming rights deal with Jefferson Barracks now.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
Now-
Enterprise is always going to have a flag at any
Where-
funeral taken at Jefferson Barracks
Is it
now.
where-
Where's
when-
your loophole? Where's your loophole? Because Enterprise named after the USS Enterprise.
So is that
Is
military?
it really?
That was the naval ship. That was the founder of Enterprise. He was aboard the USS Enterprise. So I think
So
Enterprise
they're going to play that card.
covered their
Oh, they
ass,
are gonna
and
play
you
that card.
can take that back to where you came from, brother.
It's just like when Jurassic Park was sponsored by Verizon.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of a little.
I mean,
Wouldn't
Jurassic
it make
Park,
sense then for
War
them
Heroes.
to use the submarine flag or the carrier's flag of the USS Enterprise if that was going to be the case?
Well, this is 2019. Wouldn't you have changed up your branding a little in the last 60 years?
No.
I
And
think
for
if
all we
that's
know-
the case, I didn't realize that was Enterprise is how they got their name. But now that you've illustrated that, it would make more sense than if they've had the flag for the USS Enterprise,
Well, I mean,
part of the guard instead of the actual car rental logo. Which
Yep.
God,
I-
that's awfully
I'll-
tacky amongst the flags.
Agreed. I'll take it a step further. Maybe they went full August Bush, and the current iteration of the USS Enterprise's flag officially is the Enterprise car rental flag. Maybe
We
they've
just didn't
closed
know it.
every loophole. If not, I'll take a marketing job, vice president level or higher, with the Enterprise company tomorrow.
What's it take to get? Well, really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You just see me close all those loopholes. I'd have shut you down real quick in a press conference.
Oh no, I just want to know if we can pay for patriotism like this, and and fake it in reality. What do I need to do to get a carte blanche flag at Busch Stadium and before the anthem? That's what I
Come
need
up
to
with
figure
an
out.
actual
Mac.
plan for carte blanche.
You know what, Tommy? You're sick, and I'm
Oh.
sick of you. Okay, buddy?
Oh boy, I feel an F word coming on. Oh man, I won't do any sponsor
It
reads
wasn't
for 5
even the
minutes.
words
Go
you
ahead.
said; it's the way you looked at me that I take issue with.
Does it hurt more?
You narrowed your eyes some, you little
Yeah.
scum.
Does it hurt more that he's kind of sick today and he's holding himself like he's about to die? Does it hurt more? And technically, Tommy looks like he's supporting Enterprise today with his lovely Green Lantern
It's the
t-shirt.
Green Lantern shirt.
Black.
Darkest day.
But now that everybody has a dollar sign, I'm curious now. I'm curious if other organizations, like say Black Lives Matter, began to raise a ton of money and they decide to sponsor certain events. And if you're a sporting team in North America, you're always open to most sponsorships. So I'm curious if they're willing to accept money for faux patriotism. Does that mean now social activists, if they start raising money, they
Mm-hmm.
can start paying these organizations and buildings and sports teams to start putting their flags in the honor guard, since
Well,
money seems
They
to be the
can.
object,
I mean,
What,
I bet it'll get shut down. But if they cut a big enough check, sure.
what if a
which then
player?
exposes more of the hypocrisy.
Oh
Correct.
yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
They don't care.
That's
So
true.
what if a player takes like a social stance and uses a flag instead of kneeling or something like that, and just holds the flag up during the anthem, and then we watch the response of people that are angry at the disrespect at that point, and then we just show Enterprise. Oh yeah, here's the Enterprise flag. Well, what are you upset? They didn't pay? Is that what you're upset about? That no one made money? That no one celebrated your capitalistic ideals? Sorry. That's ball game now, though. That's ball game. Now they didn't have it before the previous game. I guess they saw someone took notice. I think it was Paul Lucas on Twitter that first pointed it out, and then it kind of went from there. But as it was pointed out, they did not have the same setup at the next game, at Game 4, I believe it was.
So that was from Game 3?
Yes.
Gotcha. So somebody must have said, yo, get that crap out of the honor guard.
Yeah, someone's upset.
The Black Sheep does have a comment. He said maybe it wasn't at the hockey matchup. It was at a funeral, and the vet died in a very comfortable and affordable rental. That's
Yeah.
enterprise.com for more information.
Now, that'd have been really dope if they had a picture of, like, all the Enterprise captains.
Oh. Yeah, and
So, like, Jean-Luc Picard and
No.
Bacula, and then I think it's Captain Pine.
What are you talking about?
Star
man?
Trek.
Yeah, no,
Star
but
Trek, you idiot.
oh, never mind, Chris Pine.
Here's the
Okay.
thing, like
I get it.
now that they've done this, we can do anything now
I
with
was like,
it.
Chris Pine.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad this happened. Now we can do anything, and we can be real about what it is. We don't have to toe a line or tightrope when we talk about it anymore, or disagree. There's nothing to disagree on. We can all agree
Thank
what
you.
it is now. So now we can do whatever we want with it, and no one can talk
So it
about it.
and also brings me back to this. So again, and I want everybody in the room to admit it, specifically Chris Denman. So the anger that came from folks hating the fact that Colin Kaepernick was kneeling, it was clear from the start that it was never about patriotism or the troops. We can all acknowledge that there are millions of Americans who don't give a shit about the civil rights of people of color.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think
There's
I.
a million issues you could say that about.
I
People
don't-
love themselves.
We're
People love
specifically
themselves.
talking about police brutality, and we were talking about civil injustices within our current justice system. So that was what the entire debate was about. But the opponents decided to say that it was about patriotism.
Yeah.
So we know it wasn't about patriotism. We know that was a complete front and a lie. So the ultimate conclusion for people like me and people who sided with Colin Kaepernick is millions of Americans, at the end of the day, don't give a damn about the violation of the rights of people of color.
Well, and here's what happens. I mean, number one, I agree with that. That's fine. There are millions of people like that. I think that's obvious, and I don't think I've ever disagreed with. I've never debated like patriotism versus civil rights or whatever, because
Right.
it's obvious. I mean, just take a look and watch. That's all you have to do. And if someone said otherwise, then, I mean, I would just say you're wrong. It's that simple. I mean, I don't know where the conversation goes from there. And
Back to hobbits and soups.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do that.
All right.
No, Travis, did you get your answer?
No, he just interrupted Gardner. Gardner had a point.
Yeah, I
You
can't remember what
You
it
said
was.
you
though.
didn't. You said you don't know where to go from there.
I mean, from that
I think
conversation, I was going to further it a little differently.
Further away.
I don't remember what
Chris
it was.
doesn't like us talking about these things because he believes it scares off 3 of our listeners.
I want a muffin.
What? Talk about anything you
Tommy,
want.
shut up. Tommy, go sit on the couch.
No,
Talk-
don't.
I love that the guy who's literally made threats, said everything insane that you could ever think in a radio, podcast, or anything situation with zero retribution, editing, comments against, has an issue saying that we can't talk about anything. Talk about whatever you want, baby. Bring it on. Take it down, man. Whatever you please.
Here's what it was. It was simply when you pay have people pay you for the faux patriotism, you set yourself up for situations like this.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing true about
It's
it. There's
been-
nothing honest about it.
That's from the jump. Even from the fact that
Yeah.
if you ever brought it up, and there's guys around taking pictures, running around, and not every single person in the stadium stops dead cold, takes their hat off, puts their hand on their heart, and gets real serious
Yeah.
real quick. Well, then you don't really. It's not a 1,000,000% thing. So
Yeah, so I mean,
so
other
to
things-
keep arguing it, you know the enemy you're up against, and you're not going to change their mind, unfortunately.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I don't care to have that conversation with them because I got better things to do, like sit on a park bench. So, it's just when you have a situation and a setup like that, it's going to keep happening because it's so fake, and there's no honesty in it that
Right.
it lends itself for issues like that to happen constantly.
Yeah. So don't scream.
And I think that's where the frustration comes from. That's where the frustration comes. It's not a matter of just being confrontational. It's a matter of trying to have an actual discussion. And it's amazing that people would rather create these straw men, to create these arguments, just so they don't have to address certain truths. And certain truths don't apply to every American. And that's when I say things like white privilege. Those folks have the privilege of ignoring something like, say, police brutality because it doesn't directly affect them. And they will go as far as creating this idea of patriotism that they don't even abide by, as Chris already alluded to, that when people come into a ballpark, they're at the beer stand, buying like 4 packs of beer, and at the hot dog concession stands. They don't care that that's going on. But when people decide to say, you know what, I want to bring attention to this important issue that's directly affecting millions of Americans, people would rather create something that doesn't exist just so they can avoid having to address it. And the funny thing about the enterprise flag is that it's literally it's like the answer was written on your face the entire time. It's like you had a mole in the middle of your mouth and you tried to pretend it wasn't there. You expose yourself for the hypocrisy that the entire argument was. And it's funny because no one had to say anything. No one had to write a letter. No one had to protest and shut down a highway. You literally inserted a car rental flag amongst the United States flag, and you tried to pass that off as if no one would notice.
How are you going to play Charles Glenn like that?
Right. The great Charles Glenn.
Come on now.
That was so that looked so ugly and tacky with that green E in the background. Enterprise, you racist as hell.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that applies.
Okay,
but
maybe that's
I'm
not.
sure their counsel will send you a letter.
Okay, I will now
morning.
not reach out to Carolyn Kendall
Oh,
Betts.
boy.
Okay.
That'll do it. Travis,
All
you were-
views expressed on this show are that exclusively of Chris Demon. If you have any questions, concerns, send me
Give
to
out my cell phone this time.
CRDemon87@gmail.org.
From the great Jamie Moyer's Fancy Foyer, WAL is about heritage, not hate. Needed to be said.
Maybe that'll be the theme of our party.
Heritage, not hate.
All we have to do, we talk about the great things of We Are Live that we're not allowed to hate. Everyone has to say something nice about everyone. So let's start that right now because we've had a rough start to this show. Let's have that right now.
That's every
Chris,
show.
say something nice about Tommy.
No, why don't you say something nice about
Yeah,
me?
you start it.
Sure,
Come on, positive Polly.
Tommy, you look like a beautiful 3rd grade girl this morning.
That's not a compliment.
And
What,
Mr.
women
Woke
can't look beautiful?
and Mr. Woke, you're using female
Put
looks
that
as a
down.
take down. Oh no, I'm gonna get a message on that now. Great. Oh boy.
Travis, your beard looks less patchy than normal today.
Oh, thank you. All right, Gardner, say something nice about Chris.
Okay.
That ain't
I'm
happening.
not going to go with the shirt. You know what it is? Here it is, because he told me a little something the other day. Chris, your hair looks fantastic on a daily basis.
Aww.
And not only that, you nurture it and take care of it in a proper way to allow that to happen. You don't overwash it.
I don't wash it.
You let the nutrients do their job. That's smart.
Well, that's
So normally you would hear people say, "Oh, you got to wash your hair every day." No. You don't do that. What it also shows is intelligence and using the earth, using your body,
Where's the
and
punchline?
allowing it to take care of yourself.
I like how we're
No,
gonna,
that's it.
And you're a pussy.
You
I like-
bitch.
I like how we're gonna compliment each other.
You got to say compliment and end it with bitch.
Yeah.
We're
Just
gonna
so we can feel right
we're
about
gonna
things.
compliment each other, but none of us are gonna take them seriously because we're gonna think the other one's making fun of
Yeah.
us.
What are you up to?
I'm gonna look at you all
ass?
day long and be like, "Don't you look at my hair, pal."
Yeah, the show's done. I'm going to be walking by to go get coffee. Chris is going, what do you mean about my hair?
Gardner, you do a good job of putting this show together every day, and I thank you for it.
What are you up to,
Aw.
Tommy?
Yeah.
I
No,
was
you
just
smiled
genuine.
afterwards,
Yeah.
you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I was just being genuine. I was giving you my classic
That wasn't
Tommy
very-
smile.
There's no such thing as
Yeah.
a classic Tommy smile.
there is.
People aren't pandering for classic Tommy
Yeah, they
smiles.
are, man.
That's it.
Oh.
I'm changing the name of the theme. It's heritage and hate.
Yes.
Heritage and
yes,
hate.
Yes.
You guys,
Hey,
saying,
we were so close.
Oh,
you guys saying I don't have a nice smile?
smile into the camera. Let me
Into
look.
the camera 3. Oh, we can't do that.
It looks a little forced.
Yeah, it looks quite forced.
All right.
How about that?
Now that's
Tommy.
nicer. That looks real. Oh, you're winking at me though, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Huh.
You don't like me?
Chris, say
Yeah,
something nice about Gardner.
Ooh.
Oh boy, you have excellent taste in efficient food delivery practices.
Oh.
Yes,
I do.
It's your efficiency just on a daily basis. Your ability to collect food and get it into your stomach is just, it makes me, as somebody who eats once a day, it makes me very
Yeah,
jealous.
This
of
is what
your-
it is. It's
of your
jealousy
thing.
right now. That's
Wait, am I not doing this
That's
right?
not love.
Am I not
That's
doing this
jealousy.
right? Okay,
You can't,
wait.
like
Hang
the
on,
first.
wait. I'll try again. I'll try again. Gardner, you take care of your hair, and I like that about you. Is that better?
We both take care of our
Okay.
hair.
You do a good job of putting the show together.
Okay.
And I appreciate that about you. Thank you.
Thanks for stealing my compliment.
Oh man, this is really hard.
Look at this.
Gardner,
Gardner, you are in you live a truly urban existence, and I actually think that's really enjoyable and neat about you.
Oh.
'Cause you're a curator of city history, of quirky things. You're the Kenny Mayne of the cast.
I love Kenny Mayne.
Yeah, that's
this
right.
doesn't sound sincere at all.
That was quite sincere. That's right. Who else is gonna spelunk in the hollows of a shit flume under a city?
I will.
Yeah.
Pennywise the clown.
Belunk in the hollows of a shit flu.
Are you doing anything
found the
else?
Description for the first hour of the show.
I already wrote.
Not the only one who can do a little
Tommy,
creative writing
I
around
already
here.
wrote. The guys give backhanded compliments.
I thought those were real.
Everybody's were real, and mine included. Tommy is what I would imagine Gardner looked like in high school from Seth.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it feels
Oh my God,
backhanded.
that seems like a lot of hate. Chris, I think
Actually-
your buttons up are very comfortable around all of your skin.
That was
What?
That was not,
I have
not a
a-
compliment
No,
nor
wait,
an
wait.
insult.
Repeat that.
I think Chris buttons ups are very comfortable around all of his skin.
I'd love to sit you in a room with your third grade English teacher, just have her beat the shit out
I have a
Sounded
shirt.
like sound like Hannibal Lecter again, you weirdo.
I have a shirt that looks almost identical to that in my
I should
backpack
have
right
worn
now.
it today. Yeah.
It's in my backpack right now. I can go get it.
We on for Hawaiian Shirt Friday?
Oh yeah, we
We're
are.
cutting loose this Friday.
Can I bring a wine glass?
Yeah, work
All
hard,
right.
play hard. That's
Yeah.
all we're saying.
It's gonna say every hour is happy hour.
Oh, you girls are gonna have crazy time on Friday.
There goes Travis being misogynistic
Yeah,
again. I mean,
why
for,
are you
for-
being rude?
Man, you've went
Yeah,
so
what's your
hard
problem,
left
bro?
that man, you've made your way back to the far right.
Oh,
You
That's
made
right.
a perfect circle.
good band.
Sorry, I'm
Well, I
objective.
mean,
Tommy looks like Alfred E. Newman from Danny.
thank
Uh-oh.
you. I think
That means that the president thinks you look like
I'm googling it.
Buttigieg.
Travis doesn't look
He-
like a
Okay.
locked game character in contrast to that background. Good job.
Oh,
Alfred.
I see what
that's
they
from the
did
Black
there.
Sheep.
They say I'm extra black that you can't see my face. Who said that?
That's from the Black Sheep.
Okay, well, guess what, Black Sheep? I'm writing a letter.
Oh boy.
Because that's racist as hell.
When's the last time anybody wrote a letter here?
I wrote a
Pen.
letter the other day
To whom?
literally
to
just
one
wrote
of
one
our
yesterday.
listeners because I
Oh,
sent
nice.
their thing out.
That's right. When you win prizes, you get a custom note from Tommy.
Yeah,
the
if
intern.
you give me your address to send you the prize, I write a custom note.
Put
This-
a put a Put a little piece of your hair in each one from now
I'm not
on.
gonna
Ooh,
do
that
that.
would be cool.
Uh,
You should do that.
Last time though, I put a David Byrne quote on it. So
Wow.
you guys,
Meredith
what you're
thinks
missing.
buttons ups is confusing.
Buttons ups.
From Tom.
It can't
Tom,
be button up. I don't understand why they call it button up when there are multiple buttons. So it has to be button.
That's not nice. I just figured out who Alfred E. Newman is.
Let's see. You have a photo we can zoom in. No, no sorry, Gardner.
Is it this guy?
It's the mad
The
guy.
mad guy?
The mad guy.
That's
yeah.
not nice.
That's who Donald Trump
That
said Mayor Pete looked like.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
that's a
A
weak
little dated.
insult.
Yeah.
It's not only dated, but listen to who it's coming from. Like, did everyone see the photos of Trump having dinner with the Queen yesterday?
Where they compared him to the
Did you-
Bugs Bunny.
and how he
orchestra
struggled.
guy?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the guy who likes to give people nicknames. That guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
Now you understand why, though. It's like, well, they're going to make fun of me. I better be ready to make fun of them.
You haven't complimented me
Yeah.
yet, Chris.
Well, we'll get there.
All
We do have another comment. Billy Fat Pants wants to know why you're in the bathroom stall, TT.
Fits for
Get a-
what you
get a
let
guy-
loose on this show.
Get a guy. Also, let's see, from the Black Sheep says the only letter Travis will write is E because that's the word of the day at his work.
Well done.
Other things happening. I've been writing Denman once a week, but I'm finding out now that when you mail a letter, you need to put more than just the person's name. That's from Seth. Have you? Would you do mail things these days? I really think there's a certain age group of people, maybe it's 16, that literally are just going to look at you like, what do you want me to do with this? Like if you hand them an envelope and say, properly address this with this information, that has to be like a thing that kids aren't doing much, right?
No, it's not.
It-
My little brother
it's
doesn't
not
know
a thing?
how. My little brother doesn't know how.
Wasn't he like 3?
No, my
Oh.
18-year-old brother.
Oh, okay. He doesn't know how to write a
He
letter?
doesn't know how to
Address an envelope.
He doesn't know how to address an envelope.
Wow. Is that
Yeah.
surprising, Travis?
Well, it's not needed
How old is your little
anymore.
brother?
He's 18.
That makes sense. That makes absolute sense. I mean,
My
when was the
3-year-old
la-
brother
when was the
doesn't
la-
either.
Steve
Yeah, I
and
don't know. When was the last time you saw? I don't mean, when was the last time it was taught in class? Remember they used to show us how to write letters and how to properly format letters when you're sending out address. I don't even think they stopped teaching that in school almost 10 years ago. So I would absolutely understand if an 18-year-old wouldn't know what to do with a letter. I honestly, every time I see a letter, I'm blown away as to its existence. That's weird. That's not weird that an 18-year-old wouldn't know it, but it's weird that people still send letters.
Well, I mean, it's not completely, depending on the job you have. Like, I know because of working in an accounting office that sometimes you have to send letters to
Oh, that's fair.
IRS or
That's right.
stuff like that. So, like, that's why I know how to address it. But
Do you know how to write a check?
I know how to fill out a check, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got to the
I
bottom
did
of
it
it.
yesterday.
Travis, you were home over the weekend. How were you treated? Were you welcomed with open arms after all the disparaging things you've said about the city that raised you?
Being a St. Louis native, I was treated like the native that I am. There was a red carpet. There was toasted raviolis flown into my hotel room. There were women from the finest East St. Louis strip clubs awaiting me to feed me delicious emos. It was a delightful weekend in the Lou. I hung out with Bernard Gilkey. I spent some time with Brendan Shanahan. John Goodman and I went to Ted Drew's.
All right.
Hooked up with Ellie Kemper.
Probably married.
Outside of Forest Park. It was just a delightful weekend, Chris.
That's your weekend, huh? No time to squeeze
Yeah.
it. No stop by the studio. No hangout. No hello. Nothing.
Well, I got in late Friday night.
And then all these things happened.
And then, of course, I had the wedding the next day. And I would imagine that no one was in the office on Saturday, unless it was Gardner hanging out for whatever reason. So, yeah, there was no need for me to stop by an office where no one was, especially since no one came to my birthday party.
That he invited us to an hour and a half beforehand when he realized we probably wouldn't come. That will go down in the history of backhanded,
You didn't invite
passive-aggressive
me.
things
I didn't get
I've ever
invited.
seen. Oh no, it was. Hey man, you coming to my birthday? I'm like, oh yeah, sweet. When are you doing it? It's like about 3.5 hours.
You
Tommy, ask them what they were doing. Ask outside of Gardner, who actually had formal plans.
What were you
Ask
doing?
them what were they actually doing at the time my birthday festivities were taking place.
If this isn't good enough, I'm gonna
Exactly.
read a comment
Nothing.
somebody put. What were you
They
doing?
said they had nothing else to do.
What
No
were you
one
doing?
had anything else planned. And the funny thing is, one of the events was held below our office.
What were you
Below our office.
in the restaurant downstairs?
Yes.
Oh
No.
no, okay.
In
What
the-
were you
in the
doing?
bar.
It was
in the
saving
bar.
orphans from fire.
You should read this comment.
There was orphans from the fire. Oh, Billy Fatpants says, "Eat shit, Denman."
No, how do you say it?
Eat shit, Denman. So there's
There you
that. We're gonna
nice.
have Tommy go grab our friend
Yes, I
Shane in about 5 minutes.
Oh, no,
He's out in the
not
green
yet.
room. We'll talk to him in a moment. So you were welcomed back with open arms, despite a very, very, very tough month that you put on St. Louis and all the disparaging things that you.
That's
continue to
interesting
say.
that you guys say I'm tough on St. Louis when you consistently bash the city every time there's a murder, every time there's a crime, every time there's some corruption, every time the mayor does something stupid or the board of aldermen does something idiotic. When
I
you
don't.
guys say it, it's just, oh, look, I'm telling it like it is. But as soon as Travis Terrell from New York says something disparaging about the city of St. Louis, all of a sudden I'm anti-St. Louis. So is it because St. Louisans are entitled only to talk about St. Louis, but then when they're within the city limits, and you guys are actually mad at me because I'm outside of the city limits talking about St. Louis?
No, because everything you just said is not true, and
Thank you.
you're actually don't understand nuance or context
Thank
if
you.
that's the case.
Thank you.
Because I've never bashed the city of St. Louis. Bashing the board of aldermen or the mayor for the procedures they take is not bashing the city. That's bashing individuals or entities and how they operate. Because you know what? Because I want the city to be better than it is. Because I know it can be. And I've often extolled the virtues. Who again? Who again is bringing history of the city to the show? Who is going into storm drainage ditches and tunnels, trying to teach the people about the history of civil engineering in the city of St. Louis? That is me, Travis Terrell. That is I. So I don't. I think where that comes from is when you say hayseed or Hicks or hillbillies.
There are Hasty hillbillies and Hicks in St. Louis, and y'all point them out every day on the show.
Yes,
So how
but
come when
you
I
have
do it, it's
grouped
different?
everyone into that is the problem.
Well, are you guys friends with hayseeds, hillbillies, and hacks?
That doesn't mean you are one.
I'm just saying, though.
Well,
I mean,
hacks,
guilt
yeah.
by association.
Oh, is that how that works? Good to know. I'm
A lot of
maybe the
reasoning
court
for this one.
system works that way now. That's good to know. Okay,
Well, I
fine.
know it does in St. Louis.
Okay. All right.
Did you get down on anything you were missing, or did you just kind of run around, do the wedding stuff, all that?
All I had time was for the wedding stuff. I didn't get a chance to do anything else as far as seeing people. Like, I came in for the wedding, and that's all I was able to essentially do is go to the wedding and maybe meet a special
Did you have a date?
plug.
What's a plug?
I did have a date.
What was his
and,
name?
It was a woman, and she is a friend, and she is happily married with a 17-year-old child.
Did you though?
Did I what?
Did you?
That's ignorant. That is
Good.
ignorant.
A little
That is
champagne, eating those
That is
wedding mints they put on the
ridiculous.
tables in the
That
90s.
is so. Look at you. Look what you've become.
I respect your marriage, but I also respect that ass.
And scene.
I'm just saying, Travis, the question is at least legitimate.
Thank you.
That's all.
First of all, Gardner's getting really good at VMix because I don't recall ever saying anything like that.
Oh.
So the fact that you're able to work on the voice modulation and make it sound as if I would disrespect someone's marriage all for ass.
Well, you still
is
respect the
impressive.
ass.
I see
Respect
that
both.
was taken out of context. What
I
I
don't
was
think it
talking
can be.
about, I was just illustrating how it's important for all people, gay, straight, to have the opportunity to be married. And so that's what I meant by respect. Is that Shane?
Shane is joining us live. That's right.
Shane just walking across my cat. Shane, you can duck.
Look at he's mad. You're gonna tell a guy who wore a purple shirt in he's confident. Don't try and tamp Shane down. He's mad you didn't duck.
Shane,
Good morning,
duck next
Shane.
time, man. You can't just be walking in front
Jump
of the
up on the
camera.
mic. We got Shane Presley,
Hello,
Rock Paper
hello.
Podcast. Explain yourself to Travis. He's in New York and he's got a real attitude now. He thinks that you personally attacked him by not ducking in front of the camera as you're a guest
First
here to
timer.
talk about some great things, and Travis is going to attack you like that. How do you respond, Shane?
I'm sorry, Travis. I apologize, my friend.
Oh, it's all good. Hey, Shane, it's good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man. I wore my.
I'm on TV.
You're talking about my purple shirt. I wore my finest Macho Man shirt for you guys. So.
That's for Travis, too. You even wore a Travis-specific shirt.
Yep.
Travis, apologize to the man.
I don't even like pro wrestling. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, please. Here we go. Yeah, Brooklyn took it out of you. Shane, he does a podcast called Rock Paper Podcast. Correct me if I'm wrong. Broadway Oyster Bar, June 22nd. Amanda Fish Band, Tony Campanella Band. You know what this is? 5th annual Rock Paper Podcast birthday show.
Oh, yeah.
Very exciting. Congratulations, Shane.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm pumped, man. This is gonna be a great night.
You gonna eat any snacks? You gonna dance? You gonna sing?
Yep, lots of snacks, lots of singing.
Shane's a man who will post about the snacks that I forgot about. I'm like, damn you, Shane, man. You're still living a good life, and I'm over here forgetting about confetti-filled Twinkies.
Yeah. Well, I found some double-decker fudge rounds a little while
Damn it,
back,
Shane.
and I took them.
Sorry, Tommy. I don't mean Tommy changed shirts so we would look. Okay, I needed to acknowledge that because I thought I had an aneurysm.
I just saw that.
He was not wearing this shirt earlier in the show. He is now. Oh no, we've got DXL and Kids Gap right here.
Doubles tennis
Oh.
team.
Shane, I apologize. I'm like a dog
The
when he sees
Hanson
a
brothers.
squirrel.
Good God.
Oh man.
That noise you made was so bizarre.
I literally thought my
went,
brain broke. So
It
double-decker
literally is
fudge round.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Good God.
Shane, double-decker fudge rounds, huh? Oh, shit. It's like a little double-decker fudge round right here, just the two of us. Man, where did
It's
you
a
find these
before
bags?
after picture. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
it is.
This is what happens when Chris loses all that weight by the end of the summer. That's what Tommy is.
Still
I didn't mean to
still
do this,
happening,
I'm
by the
sorry.
way. Yeah. It's okay. We'll plug your next event and you can get out of here just to talk about the two shirts. I need to get back to this double-decker fudge round thing, man.
Yeah, I just found them at the gas station. And,
Nice work,
Yeah,
man.
man.
You're doing the Lord's work. Another great opportunity to hang out with Shane. I believe you're celebrating, what is that? That's really soon. This is next week.
Yeah.
Partying to celebrate 1 year of a singer-songwriter storytelling showcase at Naked Vine. That's in Chesterfield. I've heard a million good things. Know a bunch of friends who've played that. What's that's first, so tell us about the 1 year anniversary. Why'd you start it? Why is it working? Look at Travis. He's making things work in West County with city eclecticness. What's going on, man?
Yeah, so June 11th, we'll be out at Naked Vine. Again, that's in for Clarkson and 40 in Chesterfield. I'm a big fan of that style show. So just acoustic singer-songwriter sitting on stools, sharing stories behind all the songs. And so I want to do it with my own friends, bringing a bunch of my friends out there to Chesterfield. And it's been going real well. People turn out every month and keep coming back.
It's so exciting. Yeah. Well, what if we had somebody who's playing that show?
So that show will feature 4 writers this time. Usually we do 3, and I'll have Michael Eisenbeis and Susie Bassino of Find a Drive, and Dustin Brown and Michael Flynn of Waiting for Flynn.
Great. Well, what I need you to do is we're going to fly Travis in back from New York, and Travis will tell stories in between their songs. He'll interpret their song, and he'll say his version. So, Travis, you just heard me sing a song about open highways and blues music and being out on the road. Can you give us just a quick 10-second overview of what you think my singer-songwriter song would be at Shane's show?
That's Chris traveling the side of a country road as he heads off to his weekly clan meeting.
Oh, no,
Jesus
that's not,
Christ.
no, they don't support that, and I wouldn't sing about that.
I just sorry, it's music, it's subjective. How about everybody relax? Sorry.
Life is a highway. I want to ride it all night long.
And the story behind that song is that I was banging a
No, you
hooker named Highway. So
This
that's
is like
why.
That's
it's like Will Ferrell when he played Neil Diamond on SNL and has
Mhm.
the stories behind each
Yeah,
song.
I think so.
I killed a drifter. Two hours later, I wrote Sweet Caroline.
Shane, how many podcast episodes are you up to now? Like 2 jillion?
Yeah, just under 2 jillion.
Okay, good. Good to hear. Some of the highlights. I know they're all your babies, but do you have any interviews that stick out over the years? Maybe ones that you didn't think would be that fun. There's a few that whenever we're in the middle of them, and Travis and I are like, I don't know if that was so good, and then you go back and you're like, wait a damn minute, that was great. Any episodes stick out over the years since we're coming up on another big event that Rock Paper Podcast is pushing?
Yeah, I mean, I just did one with Ellen Hilton Cook that was a lot of fun. She opened up and got very personal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's always fun when somebody feels comfortable enough to
Right.
share a lot of, deep stuff. So,
Yeah.
that was a good one for sure.
Travis overshares every single morning on this show, Monday through Friday.
Yep.
I will say this about Shane, and I saw Shane. What show did I see you at, Shane, about a month
it
ago
was,
before we left?
Brotherly and the Leather Jackals show.
That's right.
Yeah.
Our very own Josh. And he performed, and Shane is always out in the community. Like, Shane is always out on the scene.
You
And
know
so
it's a
that's
hot
testament to, but that's a testament to, again, like most people wouldn't take their weekends to go around the city to check out all these shows. And it's very easy to start a podcast and just talking in the abstract instead of actually putting in the work. But Shane truly does put in the work. He does talk to these acts, talk to these creatives around the city. And that's why his podcast continues to be so successful. And it's on his 5th year anniversary, is because the guy does the work and he's built up these relationships. So I want to salute you, sir, on the job well done.
Thank you.
You
Appreciate that, Travis.
gonna give him a cigarette after you two bone through that?
Well, I
Jeez,
just figured
man.
this podcast is probably going to come to an end in the next 2 to 3 months. So I need to have
Through 2 3 days, you keep up that smart mouth of yours, mister.
Hey, I can carry it.
Oh, you can carry it.
Yeah.
Well, you can carry some fashion sense. The Black Sheep in the comments says, Chris could play Tommy's body double if Tommy was a character who drowned and was found 2 weeks later.
Jesus.
Wish I could dispute that. Wish I could dispute that. If it was only that easy. Gotta love that. And
Tommy
Sean,
looks like
Hey,
the
hey.
cinnamon roll. Tommy looks like the cinnamon roll before you put it in the oven, and then Chris is the after. It's full and plump and glazed.
Shane, if we were a meal, what order would you eat Tommy and I in?
Ooh.
Answer
Oh,
the
good question.
Please answer the question. It's very important.
Well, I don't know. I've been put on the spot. This
Yeah.
is really difficult, but I think I'll start with Chris.
Gristly,
I
I get it.
I
yeah.
don't get it. I'm like an appetizer.
Maybe you're like a dessert though, like a palate cleanser.
Well, I like my dessert first. That's why I was.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm a sweet little boy.
Oh no. What? No. Sean's asking who wore it better, Tommy or I. Travis, answer the question.
I answered already.
Neither.
Me.
None.
I
Crackers.
wore it better.
Yeah.
You guys
I
like
wore
a
it.
pale ass picnic table.
Yeah, we
boy.
definitely need a picture. We definitely need to do
How's this?
People
Aw,
magazine style who wore it better.
brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go stand next to him real quick.
Oh no.
Yeah,
we
stand
can't
next to him
screen
real
grab
quick.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
let's-
gonna
let's
be
definitely screen
this is
grab
gonna be
this.
something. Don't
Look at
rub
them. They
my
got the
shoulders.
same jeans on. They got
Shane,
the
do you
same
deal with
hairdo.
this crap on
We
your
do have
show?
the same
Come on,
jeans
man.
on.
This is.
Oh
I
my
don't know
goodness,
why
look at that.
I'm
Look
being
at
subjected to
brothers.
this.
This
This
is
is
why
my-
I
Put
work
your arm
on it.
around them. Put your
Yeah,
arm
this is
around
why
them.
Shane
There
just
you
does a
go.
solo show. If we're going biological, technically Tommy could be my son. Like that could have happened.
Aw.
Yeah, so we'll say
Oh,
that.
it's true. It could be. You did have sex at 11.
It's not a requirement. Oh my God! Someone's going. This is why I hate you, and I want you to drown in the East River. This is why now someone 6 months from now will earnestly say we'll be somewhere, and they'll look at me and they'll be like, "Dude, I'm so sorry, man. Like, were you forced to have sex at 11?" And I'll be like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Well, we heard Travis say it on the show." Or my mom will have it subconsciously in her head, and she'll be like, "Something's been bothering me for 2 years. Did we fail you? Were we allowed allowed you. That is not correct in any
Travis,
form.
here's the deal. We don't hate you for being in New York and your condescending ways and everything like that now, as much as we hate the fact that you say shit and then there are no repercussions because you're not here.
You're not here.
That's why
right.
we're frustrated,
You know-
is because you just say whatever you want.
Yeah.
And how do we have this conversation? No. You just get to run away and
I'll
go
be
wherever
honest.
you want now.
I'll be
That's
honest.
what's upsetting.
I haven't tuned
That's-
anybody up or choked anybody out in half a decade, and man, I just if you were here, I just want to rip you apart.
Oh my God!
Oh God!
I'm glad you're in New York, Travis.
Oh man,
How you
Meredith.
doing, Shane?
Meredith in the
Shane.
comments says Tommy's the appetizer, Chris is the 3-course dinner. You jerk! Oh man, didn't know we were doing target practice today. Tommy, thank you. Why was your body so hot? What? My temperature rose 17. Shane, you're our HR guy for the day. Is what I just said wrong? Is that bad? I didn't mean it like that. My core temperature just
Did you
raised
just call
4
Tommy
degrees.
Chernobyl?
No. Yeah, that's right.
I think you just called Tommy Chernobyl.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Shane, you do a
Everyone's
lot of work.
exposed in that studio now.
Hot guy's got a hammer.
Oh, what's that? What? Again, I've seen the AI that Gardner has access to, and they're doing this thing where they create their own thing. So, Travis, I'm totally on board
that's
with you. These sound bites are bogus. It's fake news.
Tommy,
as
write
your
down
president says it.
write down 1 hour and 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Got to go back to that. So Shane Presley, again, you can download the podcast, Rock Paper Podcast. People rate, review it, check it out if you want insight into local bands, local interesting people. I've had the pleasure of being on it before. Shane is a true St. Louis treasure. He's our generation's toasted ravioli / the arch, and we love it, Shane. Keep up the great work, man.
Shane, before we get you out of here, I did have a quick question. Who's the artist right now that you believe that you've had an opportunity to interview that stands out, that's going to be maybe the next big thing out of St. Louis, in your opinion?
I'm particularly fond of Nick Gussman. I think he's an incredible songwriter. He's got a record called Dear Hard Times that put out last year, and it's probably my favorite record of the year. And he's just got that classic singer-songwriter Americana style that I think could catch on, especially with the rise of like Sturgill Simpson and Tyler Childers and all these guys.
Oh,
that are
nice.
coming up right now. Like I feel like he could fit right in with all those guys. So I think Nick Gussman.
I like that. That was a great,
Nice.
straightforward answer. Travis, you should look into answering questions like that.
I'll learn one day.
No,
We'll
you
get
won't.
there. We'll get there. Guys, we're going to let Shane get out of here. Before we head to break, I have to tell you, who's it going to be? About Tommy Bannister, Shane's friend. Yeah. He's our realtor, your realtor. That's right, Tommy Bannister, local St. Louis star. That's right. Let him find you a house if you're looking. If you're looking to sell, he can help you with that. That's Circa Properties. Tommy Bannister. You can see him hanging out with Shane sometimes at Off-Broadway. Great guy, great realtor. Be sure to drop him a line. DM me if you want an introduction. I'll set you up. Tommy Bannister, Circa Properties. Make it happen, people. He's here for you. Take it from me, the guy who makes the intern dress like him. This was actually forced. And Tommy's just such a good actor. He played it off well. Shane Presley, Rock Paper Podcast. You're the man, buddy. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Love you,
Appreciate
Shane.
it. Love you.
Absolutely. Shane Presley, everybody. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.